You win some, you lose some, and in the case of the Walt Disney World Resort, the Disney company, and their fight against the state of Florida, well, it's all just losing. Yes, they may have Tom Staggs back, Kevin Mayer may be back, all in consultation form, helping Bob Iger, we hope, to right the ship for the company, although they really have to get out of troubled waters. But when it comes to Florida, this is a multi-billion-dollar situation, even up to $1 trillion at stake, and Disney is losing in court. Happy day, everybody. We hope you are having a wonderful and sunny time wherever you are on this planet. It is such a joy to have you join the video, and we are here to explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve. It's like a college class, but the lesson is fun, and no tuition is involved. Folks, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and click it, stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Today, we begin our journey in Reuters. We are going to be talking about the situation in the Walt Disney World Resort, where the Walt Disney Company elected to pick a fight with the state of Florida. Now, some might say that that is slanted. I think not. The state of Florida decided they were going to make a judgment as to how they wanted to run their curriculum inside their schools, specifically in pre-K through 3rd or 4th grade. They did not want to teach orientation of the bedroom type when it came to very young children. The Walt Disney Company came out and decided that that was not okay. And so the beleaguered then CEO, Bob Chapek, at the behest of Iger and his acolytes, decided that they would weigh in on a highly contentious issue. We're not here to get into the morality, ethics, or the political side of any of that. In fact, that's not part of the purview of this channel. But what is the after effects, the impacts, the practicality of what is happening to Disney as a result. And in this article from Reuters, we're finding out that, yes, indeed, just as we have said on this channel now for perhaps even a year, things are not going well because Disney does not have a leg to stand on. Now, for those of you just joining, and by the way, we've had so many new subscribers, so many views as we explain everything that's going on, let me go a little bit back and explain what's up. You see, what happened was that the Disney company had been operating the Walt Disney World Resort sort of like a Vatican City in Central Florida. It's a special district known as the Reedy Creek Improvement District that governs most of Walt Disney World. It had 2 pseudo-cities inside of it. That's 2 fake cities, really. They have councils, but there really aren't any residents. There's just a mobile home cul-de-sac for each city hidden in Disney World where they select the citizens, and by that we mean 8 different groups that will live in those mobile homes that will be the full gamut of the citizenry of those cities. And yet those cities controlled vast amounts of economy. Now, what happened was that when Disney decided that they were going to weigh in on a highly contentious and political issue, again, we will not take a side there, but when they did that, the state of Florida decided to stop looking the other way when it came to their pseudo-cities and their special district that gave them powers like nobody else. And remember that originally, Walt himself wanted to develop a city, an experimental prototype city of tomorrow, that's Epcot, but the Disney company, after his passing, decided that was very hard, and they didn't want to do that anymore. They just wanted money. And so what they did instead is they kept the powers that the state of Florida gave them for that experimental prototype city of tomorrow, and they used it to develop theme parks. They have the power to put in a nuclear power plant, an airport, etc. They have all kinds of powers, and they were granted that without having to deal with any citizens giving them any kind of buffing or saying that they didn't like it. They don't have any of those kinds of issues that you see in a normal town where they have to go out and campaign and put little flags in the yard. None of that happens because Disney essentially used this as their proxy. And the state of Florida decided that they didn't want to allow that anymore. And so they came in and they cleaned house when it came to the situation with Disney. And they set up a new thing called the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District. And that is now governing much of Disney. But Disney did not like that. Disney said that that was an attack against them and their free speech, their political speech. The problem is that the state of Florida only dissolved the Reedy Creek Improvement District, a special district that governed all of Walt Disney World, which was not supposed to be Disney, but which Disney had essentially co-opted. Now, Disney is in court on 2 fronts. They're in the court, federal court and state court. The problem for Disney, again, though, is that state court takes precedent. And that means that they have to go through there first. And they're not winning there. And if they lose in the state court, it's unlikely that they'll have any chance, any leg to stand on when they get into the federal side of things. Now, let's get into this article from Reuters, July 29th. It's been a busy week. You all know that, but here's what we've got. Florida judge rules against Disney in feud with DeSantis. I think that's also not properly titled. This is far more than a feud with DeSantis at this point. And on the line, by the way, folks, when you consider the taxes and the restrictions and all the things that Disney will face as a result of this, you're talking about at least tens of billions of dollars, almost certainly hundreds of billions of dollars, and potentially $1 trillion at stake in this situation. This is the big kahuna for the mouse. All right, this out of Wilmington, Delaware. A Florida judge on Friday rejected a Walt Disney Company request to dismiss a lawsuit by an oversight district, a move that could make it harder for the entertainment giant to pursue its own case against Governor Ron DeSantis as part of a year-long feud. The ruling allows the oversight district to pursue its case that seeks to void backroom deals favorable to Disney that were struck with a prior district board earlier this year. If those deals were voided, the district has said it would nearly wipe out Disney's federal case against DeSantis. And let's explain what all of this is. What happened is that once Disney realized that their Reedy Creek Improvement District, which was supposed to be separate from Disney, but which in reality was not, once they realized that it was going to be dissolved, which is the absolute purview of the political class in Florida, the legislature can do that with any special district. Once Disney realized that was going to happen, they decided that they would have, via their proxy powers over that district, they decided that they would grant the Walt Disney Company powers that are likely unconstitutional, and if they were to be allowed to go in effect, would radically change the laws that govern land usage and property rights all over the country. It's insanity, and they know it's insanity. They're actually just trying to get this to last long enough that perhaps a new governor will be there who will, and a new legislature may be there that will let them loose from all of this. So they're essentially trying to muck everything up in court. But what they tried to do is, at the very last moment, in the midnight hour, they attempted to declare that almost all of Walt Disney World is now under some sort of covenant agreement a la a homeowners association, and that the Walt Disney Company, via this homeowners association, would be granted governmental powers over their properties. That's insane. I mean, it's just, we've went into this, by the way, on this channel in the past. Folks, go look up some of the videos that feature Andrew of Legal Mindset. And yes, he's done a video on this and it's fantastic. But go look up those videos and you'll see us go into detail about just what an insane, crazy, out there, avant-garde legal theory idea this is, that you could somehow, through a homeowners association, grant yourself government powers. It's nuts. And Disney knows that. But that's what's being allowed to go through now. And so the state of Florida is suing, well, the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District is suing Disney, saying that those covenant guidelines that were given, or covenant rules that were given through the RCID, the old district that governed Disney, which was a proxy of Disney, that those are null and void. What's my word here? Ab initio. I'm sorry, folks. Ab initio. But and what that does is, it's essentially like what you hear about when, on the rare occasion that someone does not get a divorce in their marriage, but instead they get an annulment. The annulment means that the marriage never happened because it was based on fraud or some other illegal circumstance. And so, what the state of Florida is arguing with their desire to nullify these agreements ab initio is to say that they were never in effect because they're unconstitutional, or they defy basic law. And that's probably true. We'll have to see how this plays out. But so far, it's going right along with the way that myself, Valiant Renegade, Legal Mindset, and some of these other channels have said. And it's going completely in the opposite of what these crazy, crazy community sites out there have been doing and saying. But we're just here to tell you the truth. And, you know, a court is not going to come in and say, yes, we're willing to radically alter the way that property rights work inside the United States so that Disney can win this little fight that they've decided to take on. I don't think so. A Disney spokesperson said the decision has no bearing on the federal lawsuit seeking to vindicate Disney's constitutional rights. Well, it could throw that out. So that's got bearing, I suppose. We are fully confident Disney will prevail in both the federal and state cases, the spokesperson said in an email. Despite the fact that they wanted that state case thrown out, it's still going forward. A spokesperson for the Oversight District this side declined to comment. The skirmish began last year after Disney criticized a Florida law banning classroom discussion of sexuality and gendered identity with younger children. So there you go. All right, now there's another issue here, though, that's very interesting to me. Let me show you this. So we've talked about this before. This hotel right here is called Shades of Green. This is the place that you can go if you are part of the military and have a very wonderful vacation at Walt Disney World Resort. The hotel here is lovely. It is phenomenal. In fact, it's one of the best on any of the property. And it's also adjacent to all of these golf courses. It actually features the clubhouse for these golf courses, and it's just wonderful. And for decades in the past, military family members have been able to walk this pathway right here to go to the Polynesian, which is right over here. And then they would just get on the monorail. And then they could go and travel all over the Walt Disney World Resort and enjoy their time and have fun. The problem, though, is that Disney has closed this walkway. You might say, well, Pro, we know this. You've covered this. What does this have to do with the topic at hand? Well, I've realized something since we did that expose and showed the actual path that's barricaded for no good reason. Disney wants to expand this road, right? That was ostensibly the entire reason for blocking this pathway and for putting barricades and making it so that family members of military members can't go to the monorail. Well, here's an interesting question for all of you out there. That was approved under the Reedy Creek Improvement District. So that's not the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District that governs all of this area and governs this infrastructure. My question, I suppose, for the state of Florida, even at this point, is who's in charge now? Can Disney even really shut down this walkway? Or is that walkway part of the infrastructure within the CFTOD? I don't know the answer to that. I also don't know, can Disney close this walkway? The walkway, by the way, has barriers up that say RCID, Reedy Creek Improvement District. Are they doing something by closing this walkway that's even permissible? I don't know the answer, but it's certainly interesting because I doubt that the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District would permit this or that they support this. I imagine that they're very pro-military and wish for these families to get to be able to do what they've done for the past decades. Interesting, isn't it? Can Disney actually keep these members from walking over here? Or is Disney, perhaps, or the RCID, which no longer exists, still enforcing the dictates of a district that is no more? It's all fascinating. And by the way, this goes far, far, far beyond just this military hotel. This goes to everything within the former RCID. What is still being issued by the Walt Disney World Resort by the old RCID rules, despite the fact that it no longer exists? And is any of that enforceable whatsoever? It's going to be interesting to watch that play out, isn't it? Well, folks, that is the video for the day. If you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe. And when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Andrew of Legal Mindset has also put out a phenomenal video. The link to that is in the description down below. You are not going to want to miss that one, where he goes deep into the legal analysis of what's going on with all of this. We're just doing a bit of a precursory kind of overview of this as we get ready to watch Disney fail in court, because there's really no way around that at this point. We all know it. It's happening. And all of those who mocked and jeered and said, Disney is too big, they'll destroy you, Florida. Well, they've all went silent. They've memory holed this. They don't talk about it anymore. They're too busy talking about Barbie or something else. But folks, if you would like to drop your comment down below, we sure would appreciate it. Let us know what you think about this. We will memory hold this no more. Stay silent, I think not. Drop a comment down below. Tell us your thoughts. Tell us what you think. We cover your comments. We care. And I often respond. Now, folks, don't forget that the Pro Show is Thursdays, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Pro Show is coming this week. We've got the Daily Wire joining us for the very first time on the Pro Show. You do not want to miss it. We'll see you there. And wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I wanted to get some inside scoops on Disney and their, different corporations, if you know what I mean. So I figured, by looking into this fistbowl and sucking it randomly with my own energy that I pay for, you paid for, I could do the whole experience where you can be a master and spy on your targets.
You're an idiot. If you want to get the inside scoop on Disney, or even other media organizations, you should check out thatparkplace.com and subscribe to WDW Pro's YouTube channel. That'd be way easier, more accurate, and, less dumb.
Are you saying I won't get accurate information this way?
No, you can't.
Who'd have think?